Hello and welcome to this video about cooking tonkatsu. Today I will be showing you how easy and simple it is to cook yourself a simple Japanese staple. The ingredients that we'll need today are 4 pork loins, one for each person to eat, a bag of flour, 2 eggs, and a packet of panko breadcrumbs. First, you need to take your surface and make sure it is tidy and clear. Then we'll need our meat, a knife, 3 bowls, and our ingredients. These ingredients being plain flour, 2 eggs, and panko breadcrumbs in this order. You'll need a frying pan with some vegetable oil and a pot to be able to cook your rice in. First, I'd put your rice on. I'd measure in enough for however many people you're cooking for. I'm cooking for 4 people, so I've put in a quarter of the pan. Then you put double the quantity of water so that the rice is fully submerged, so that you end up with nice fluffy rice after cooking it with the lid on for 15 minutes. Then coat the bottom of your frying pan in about 2 centimeters of oil, so it's just deep enough to fry in, and then we're going to go back to our ingredients and prepare them ready to put them in the frying pan. Pour out about half a bowl's worth of flour. You need to then take your 2 eggs, break them, and then slowly whisk them with a fork to make a nice coating for our pork loins to have the panko breadcrumbs stick to them. Then I pour out half of my packet of panko breadcrumbs because that's how much I will need to cover all of my pork loins. Once your ingredients are all ready, get rid of that fork and we're ready to start preparing the food to go in the pan. Now that the pan is on, we are ready to start our cooking, but first we need to start taking off the fat off our pork loins. I bought mine at the butcher's, and so mine has quite a lot of fat around the edges, and so we take off all the fat as shown in this small video. After you've cut off all of your fat, it should look like this, and then it is ready to start putting the ingredients together. Take your first pork loin and dunk it into the flour, coat it in flour on both sides, then repeat the process with the egg, dunking the pork loin covered in flour into the egg to coat it and make it very sticky, to put it into the panko breadcrumbs so that the panko breadcrumbs is coating it on both sides before putting it straight into the pan where it will cook to a nice golden brown, hopefully on both sides. Repeat this process with all of your pork loins until your pan is full of tonkatsu in the pan, ready and frying. It will take about 10 minutes to do each side, and then flip them after those 10 minutes in order to cook the other side. At this point, your rice should be nearly done and your tonkatsu should be just about cooked. So if you want to add anything extra, you could add some vegetables. I've just steamed some carrots and some broccoli, and then it's time to dish up. I've got all of my family's bowls, big, small, for my little boy, and if I wanted to, I would add some teriyaki sauce or some tonkatsu sauce as an additional to just add it, give it a bit of flavouring. First, I add the rice so that I've got a nice base at the bottom, and then I add the tonkatsu, which I've sliced up into nice slices to make it very useful to eat, and then I add my vegetables, and lastly my sauce, and your tonkatsu should be ready to eat. The last thing to do is enjoy, and if you're like my wife and you like enjoying the leftovers, bung the remainder of your egg and your panko breadcrumbs together and cook it in the frying pan to make a kind of omelette thing, which is a nice additional savoury treat for this meal. I hope that this has been a helpful and instructional video in order to help you access tonkatsu, which I think is one of my favourite Japanese staples.